Welcome back to another video. My name is Harold, and in today's video I'll be going over how I was able to make $360 trading ES futures, why I took the trade that I did, what type of trade that I took, and why I was only able to capitalize on $360 when there was so much more room. So going into the stats, 360, we traded one contract. I am currently trading Lucid prop firms, capitalized on 7.25 points. At one point, we were up $912 and we only realized 362. Planned R multiple almost 3R, realized multiple 1R, risking $362.5. So going into the daily plan, yesterday we saw an aggressive move to the upside, right? Creating this level of demand, breaking above the weekly and the monthly value area lows right here, as well as touching and rejecting the weekly value area high. After we rejected, we see an aggressive move to the downside, breaking through the weekly and monthly value area lows, coming out of the value area once again, breaking below the level of demand, creating a new low on the day, right, compared to here, bouncing, and rejecting at previous demand, holding that, and opening price at 67.65. Coming into today, I didn't have exact clear levels, so I made zones for myself, right? The first zone was a pre-market high combined with the support from over here, the previous day, right? So the pre-market high combined with the support from previous day. And for the lower level was a pre-market low combined with a level of support from almost like 4 months ago. You can't see it on the chart, but I found the level through my thinkorswim. Actually, let me see if I can just show you guys right here. Yeah, so this was the level 67.32 that I found on my thinkorswim. This level was created November 24th. This was just a level of resistance. It wasn't too significant, but that was the closest thing I was going to find, right? And that was the level right here. This is the pre-market low. And I pretty much made this into a zone like this. So going into our daily plan, for longs, I was looking for a break of this level to the upside, targeting back at the monthly and the weekly value area lows. And for shorts, I was looking for a break of this level right here, 67.42/67.32, targeting 67.17. A very specific number. I was just going for $1,000 target because on the Lucid Pro account that I'm using right now, it has a consistency rule. So I'm just trying to keep the profits pretty consistent. To me, this was also a bearish, slightly bearish coming into the day, just because we attempted to move higher. We broke into the value areas, but quickly got rejected and saw another aggressive move to the downside, right? Saw aggressive move to the downside, and we held this aggressive move this time, breaking below the demand. To me, that seemed a little bit more bearish, and at the same time, on a bigger time frame, we were downtrending on the short term. So I was leaning bearish, but it didn't mean that I had to take shorts. I did end up taking shorts. So right here, price opened, we attempted to push higher, got rejected. Approaching our level, we see that a bunch of buying gets absorbed, right? Price attempts to push higher, 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 higher. All these points we are getting absorbed. Like all these points we are getting absorbed. And I'll show you guys on the tape after. But this is where we took our trade, 67.36 with our stop at 67.45 and our target at 67.17. We were about 2 points away from hitting our target. Unlucky. We could have taken home our profits, but we were just trailing and we ended up getting stopped out. So coming into the 5-minute chart, this is a 5-minute chart. Off the open, right? This is what I want to show you guys right here. Off the open, we see major absorption. We see buying absorption as well as aggressive selling. Buying absorption, aggressive selling for the first 10 minutes of market open. I love looking at the first 5 minutes on the 5-minute chart just because it gives a more clear picture. But I do trade on the 2-minute chart. As you guys can see here, off the market open, we don't get as clear of a picture, right? A lot of the times we get something misleading, almost showing acceptance for the first 2 minutes and then aggressive selling down, right? But in the end, we had a lot of buying get absorbed here. So now moving into our actual level, even before getting to our target, even before getting to our entry, we see that there is major buying absorption at these levels. Price is attempting to push lower, We cannot for some reason, so we were attempting to push lower on low volume. Every time we were bought up, we got high volume, right? 19,000 lots, 11,000 lots. Like even here, 16,000 lots. Every time we try to push higher, we got high volume, yet price was not able to follow through and buyers got absorbed. Absorption. There was so much absorption. Right? We ended up entering right here on the break. The break of this level, 67.43, 67.32, with our stop above the candle. It was about a 8-point stop. Our first target was the 67.30s. This was our break-even point. If we were able to break below and hold, which we did, I was to move my stop to break even. And then the next point was if we were able to hit 67.23 and hold below, I was looking to take my stop and move it to this 1R area. Right. So that's 1R. This is break even. This is our stop. Our target was like somewhere right over here. And unlucky, we ended up reversing. Alright, so I was able to capitalize up to 1R because this 23 level was our 2R zone. As of right now, I've been taking my profits in a fixed R trailing method. So every time it moves up 1R, I move up my stop 1R. Every time it moves up another R, I move up my stop another R. That is my method as of right now, until I am trying to figure out if I want to keep this method or if I want to move over to a structural trailing method. But they're pretty similar. Like even in this scenario, even if I was using a structural stop, I wouldn't have moved it past this stop. Like right here, right? It wouldn't have made sense for me to push here. If you guys look over here, it wouldn't have made sense for me to push this stop all the way up here. It would have been too tight just for an extra 3 points, risking getting stopped out and making a potential run back to the downside, right? So to me, I was okay taking this trade, even though I lost 600, right? It's fine. It happens. I'm going for the bigger trades. I like going for the bigger trades. So this, I am completely okay with it. But that is it for the day. And just to give you guys a little bit of an update on my Lucid accounts, this is the Pro account. We are currently up 474 in profit, long way to go. Cannot seem to get big profit days. Every time I trade my eval, I get big profits. Every time I trade my funded, small profits. But I think it's just the type of rotation that's happening. Eventually it'll even out. I still have to create a $2,000 buffer and then some to take out profits. And then and then I have 2 extra evals that I'm working on. One of them I started yesterday. We got it up to 1543. The goal is 3,000. I think Lucid has a buffer. So Lucid allows you to make up to 1560 and still meet the 50% rule, which is super nice. But yeah, that is it for the day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.